Okay, for game number 1, paper airplane throw, these are the materials you will need. You will need a piece of paper, a starting point from where you're going to throw your paper airplane, and some kind of tape measure or yardstick to measure how far you threw it. When you make your paper airplane, you can make it as big or as small as you want. You can look up videos of how to make the best one. However you choose to make it is fine. You can have as many folds as you want, you can look like anything, you can color it, you can do whatever. Point is, we are trying to see who can throw the farthest paper airplane. So line up at your starting point, give it a throw, and then measure from your starting point to where your paper airplane landed. We want to see what the distance is. You can measure in inches, you can measure in feet. I want you to record that number, the distance you threw, and send it in as a comment on this Facebook video. Good luck, guys! I hope you guys had fun with the paper airplane throwing contest. Were you able to throw it really far? Did you use a lot of strength? Did it have good direction, nice and straight? Well, I hope you guys had fun and did really well. I can't wait to see what your distance was. Put it in the comments below. You know, why don't we do a quick devotion on some people in the Bible who also had to have a lot of arm strength, and they were really good at throwing things too. Let's take a look. Book of Luke, chapter 5. This is when Jesus calls his first disciples. Do you remember the names of Peter, Andrew, James, and John? These were the first 4 disciples that Jesus called. But before they were disciples, they were fishermen. Now, if we look in chapter 5 of the book of Luke, it says that they were out on the lake doing their job, fishing with their nets. They didn't use fishing poles with reels like we're used to, but they had these big nets, and they had to be good at throwing those nets. So it took a lot of arm strength to shove it over the side of the boat that they're on and into the water. You know what? It took even more strength to pull it back into the boat when it was filled with fish. Can you imagine? You have a net, you throw it over the side of the boat, it fills with fish after fish after fish, and it's weighing down really heavy. And they had to pull that net back into the boat. But if we look at today's story, not only did they have to pull it back in, but Jesus told them to go out onto the lake, to throw the nets in, and the nets got so heavy with so much fish that they could barely even pull it in themselves. They had to call more fishermen over to help with all that arm strength. They needed more strength, more arms to pull in all that fish. Jesus provided a miracle for them. And not only that, he called them to be fishers of men after that. He called them to be more than just a strong fisherman. He gave them direction. He said, "Come with me, and I will be your strength. I will be the one guiding you. Follow me, and we'll point people to God." So initially they had some strength, right? They had some power. But Jesus came, and they got even more fish than they've ever gotten before. He gave them more strength. He gave them direction, just like our paper airplane. So we can look to God. He's the one who gives us our strength. He gives us guidance and direction, points us where to go. And most of the time, it's up here. Points us to just trust him, to follow after him, to look at his example, and he'll show us the way to go. And don't forget to check out in our files. We have a devotion for you and your family if you'd like to talk more about what we learned from our story today.